Today, my friends, let's talk a bit about courage, a good concept to discuss. But after all, do you know what courage is? Courage is a human trait that helps us face fear, difficulties, or danger, even when we are unsure or uncomfortable. It's the inner strength that drives us to act, despite challenging circumstances that may arise. Courage is not just about physical bravery in immediate danger, but it also includes the ability to confront emotional, moral, and psychological challenges. Having courage doesn't mean the absence of fear, but rather the ability to act despite it. It's the willingness to move forward even when everything seems uncertain or frightening. Courage is often associated with values such as determination, perseverance, and integrity. It can manifest in different ways, from small, everyday acts to significant historical feats. Sometimes, courage may mean confronting our own fears and insecurities, seeking personal growth and pushing beyond limits. Other times, it may involve making difficult decisions that go against the tide, standing up for what we believe in, even if it puts us in uncomfortable or unpopular situations. Courage is an admirable quality because it challenges us to be better and to make a difference in the world, even when it requires personal sacrifice. It inspires respect and admiration as it reveals an individual's inner strength and determination in the face of life's adversities. In short, courage is the flame that keeps us moving forward despite the storms that may come our way. Now let's take a look at a tale of courage, the story of Sarah. In the city of Detroit, United States, lived Sarah, a 30-year-old woman who worked as a bus driver. She loved her job and knew many of the passengers by name. When the COVID-19 pandemic began, everything changed. The streets emptied, but the buses needed to keep running so that essential workers could get to and from their jobs. Sarah was afraid. She knew that as a bus driver she was exposed to the virus. But she also knew that many people depended on her. Nurses, grocery clerks, caregivers, all needed transportation to continue their crucial work. Sarah had no choice. She needed to keep driving. Every morning she would put on her mask and gloves and start the day with a silent prayer. The fear was always present, but she tried not to dwell on it. Sarah kept the bus clean, disinfecting surfaces at each stop. She always had hand sanitizer for the passengers and tried to maintain a positive attitude. There were particularly tough days, like the day a passenger started coughing uncontrollably. Sarah was terrified, but she remained calm and followed protocols. Another day, a co-worker was diagnosed with COVID-19. It shook everyone on the team, but Sarah decided to keep going, knowing her presence was important. Sarah began to notice small acts of kindness around her. Some passengers thanked her for her service, leaving small notes of appreciation. Others offered bottles of water or snacks. These simple gestures helped her keep going. One morning, as she left her house, Sarah found a note under the door. It was from her neighbor, a nurse whom she drove to the hospital every day. In the note, the neighbor thanked her for her courage and dedication, saying Sarah was a hero to her. This brought tears to Sarah's eyes, but it also renewed her strength. Despite the challenges and constant fear, Sarah continued to do her job. She knew she was just a bus driver, but her role was crucial. She was helping the city keep functioning during a critical time. Sarah's courage was not in grand heroic gestures, but in her daily determination to do her job despite the risks. She showed that true courage can be found in the simplest places, in ordinary people who continue to do what is necessary even when the world seems to be falling apart. Sarah's story is an example of how courage can manifest in everyday tasks that seem ordinary but are essential. In difficult times, it is people like Sarah who keep the community together and hopeful. Courage and stoicism are closely linked, especially when facing challenging situations. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us to accept what we cannot control and to focus on what we can change. Let's see how courage fits into this. Courage in Stoicism. Courage, for the Stoics, is one of the most important virtues. According to them, courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act rightly even when we are afraid. Courage helps us face challenges and adversities with dignity and reason. How does this work in practice? Imagine you, like Sarah, are a bus driver during a pandemic. You feel fear of contracting the virus, but you know your job is essential. Stoicism would help you accept that you cannot control the pandemic, but you can control your actions. You choose to act with courage, following safety protocols and helping others get to work. Accepting the uncontrollable, the Stoics teach us to distinguish between what we can and cannot control. Sarah cannot control the existence of the virus, but she can control her response to it. She can follow safety measures, maintain a positive attitude, and continue doing her job despite the fear. This is a demonstration of Stoic courage. Focus on the present. Another lesson from Stoicism is to live in the present. Instead of worrying about the future or regretting the past, focus on what you can do now. Sarah focuses on each workday, on each bus trip, doing her best in each moment. This helps her stay calm and courageous. Facing challenges with dignity. When we face challenges, Stoicism encourages us to do so with dignity and integrity. Courage gives us the strength to face these challenges ethically and fairly. Sarah, by continuing to work during the pandemic, shows dignity and a strong sense of duty, fundamental characteristics of both courage and Stoicism. Courage and Stoicism go hand in hand. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change and to focus on what we can control, while courage gives us the strength to act in these situations. Together, they help us face adversities with dignity, calmness, and determination. Sarah, the bus driver, is a perfect example of how these principles can be applied in real life, showing that even in difficult times, we can find strength and purpose. Thank you so much for watching our video. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in and hope you found the content valuable. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more insights and tips on living a fulfilling life. Your support means the world to us.